I moved in late in August for the upcoming school year. It was my first apartment by myself, so I was a little tentative as I stood in the elevator, card key between my fingers. I glanced down at it. Welcome was printed across the front of the green card in a cursive script just above my apartment number, 313. I figured it must be the original key for when the building was still a hotel. But as I moved in and got settled, I liked my studio apartment. Hardwood floors, leather furniture, and a gigantic bathroom that was meant to be for a handicapped person. But somehow, I managed to get it. There were some little things that bothered me about it, like the chipped paint in the sink basin or the toilet that took 15 minutes to fully flush. The wallpaper was peeling and had been actually stapled to the wall in the closet. Overall, it suited me. It was tiny, so unlike my parents' house, I didn't feel paranoid of all the empty space in rooms. Light poured in the window from the hallway at night, and I kept making mental notes to buy some curtains, but I never did. The room next to mine was adjoining, so I kept the door locked and moved my dresser in front of it. My neighbor smoked a lot of weed and played Call of Duty with his friends at 7 a.m. every Tuesday, like clockwork. But around the corner was a friend of a friend whom I got to know, and since I was officially labeled a hermit, this was ideal for my friend James to get me to hang out. It started in about the middle of September. My long-distance boyfriend Anthony went to work at 11 o'clock, so I told him goodnight and tried to get some sleep. I didn't have a television set just yet, so I listened to the sound of the air conditioning and the other tenants walking to their apartments until I fell asleep. I woke up, my half-asleep mind glancing at the window, wondering what time it was. I rolled over and looked at the microwave. It was 3:37 a.m. I groaned and passed my hands over my eyes. After a moment, I became aware of what I was hearing. It was a subtle whimpering coming from the right end of the hallway. I stood up as quietly as I could, wondering if there was a dog or something outside. The apartment complex didn't allow pets, so I just leaned against the door, peering through the peephole. Peepholes always freaked me out. You never really knew what you'd see until your face was smashed against the door. I saw the dark window outside in the hall, reflecting the light just above my door. My fingers found the deadbolt, curiosity mixing with a strange sense of dread in the pit of my stomach. I leaned left and saw a shadow on the wall, in front of the elevator hallway. It was moving slowly, as if something was rocking back and forth very slowly. I couldn't make out any definitive shape, just a black mass. I pulled the lock, but the whimpering only grew louder. I took my eye away from the door and pulled it open very slowly, as quietly as I could. The whimpering stopped. When the door was about halfway open, a black shadow flew past the door, down the hallway. It sped past me, flinging my door open and pushing me back. I fell back, pressing my hand over my mouth and trying my best not to scream. I panicked, breathing heavily, pressing my eyes shut and trying to calm myself down. I stood up, slammed the door shut, locked the deadbolt and pulled the chain before jumping back into bed and pulling the blankets tight around me. I lay there trembling as I felt my heart return to its normal pace before I finally fell back asleep. But as I did, even though I was somewhere between asleep and awake, I could have sworn I heard it, whimpering, this time just outside my door.